Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today's video I'll be looking at this. This is KFC Grand Rainin, also known as Masterpiece Scale Powermaster Optimus Prime. Now this is just the trailer section. The cab section will be released at another time. Special thanks to Calcus Toys for providing this figure for me to review. I'll put a link in the description below along with a discount code. So here is Grand Rainin. I'm just going to refer to him as Powermaster Optimus Prime's cab. In the box, it is a very large box, barely fits inside my light box. Very cool box art on the front and a nice scenery in the back. Here's the bottom of the box. You can see some pictures of him in his toy form. And the top just shows this EAVI metal expendable autonomous virulent infantry. I guess that's what it stands for. Side of the box, really nothing much here. And the other side, box art of the base mode. And the back, you can see some nice art in his vehicle form. Hey, let's get Grand Rainin out of the box. Here is Grand Rainin out of the package. It comes with an instruction booklet. It's very thick. The pictures are pretty clear from what I can tell. It's also translated into English. He comes with a trading card. He comes with an alternate head that's supposed to make him look more like the comic book. And a screwdriver so you can unscrew it and replace it. He comes with several faces. So you can see here, the differences are mainly in the chin. He comes with some shoulder covers. And I'll show this later on in robot mode. Now, he also comes with these parts for the top of the shoulders that gives him, I believe, a more toy look or cartoon look. He also comes with these two arm covers. You can see they're painted, a little glitter in there, but on the other side, they're not painted. And you can see it says L and R for left and right. It comes with two of these large black cannons. They can open up here like so to become his guns, and two shoulder cannons. Now these cannons can actually shoot if you press this button on the front part, not the back. So that's pretty cool. And Grand Rainin himself, well, the trailer at least. Here he is. It's a very large trailer, heavy and hefty, rolls well. I mean, there's really not much to say on this because it's just the trailer. Let's see, that doesn't seem to be tabbed in all the way. There is a feature where you can open the back, and you can fit a small MP vehicle, probably like a Sideswipe or a Sunstreaker in there if you have one. But that's the basic feature of the trailer. You can attach the weapons. So the gray guns can go here like so. Do the other side as well. They just peg into there. And the large black handguns can plug here. Small connector. I wish the connector was big or bigger. I wonder if they could have made it bigger if they opened this channel up a bit. But yeah, it's right there. And this is the trailer fully armed. Got a QC sticker here. I mean, like I said, really not much to say about this trailer. I mean, it's nicely painted, but it's just really a trailer. Here's where the hitch goes, where you can attach the up-and-coming smaller robot in his vehicle mode. It rolls well. Tires are rubber. And like I said, that's pretty much it for the trailer. Let's get him transformed into his base mode. Here is Grand Raijin in base mode, and you can see he barely fits in this area. Base mode is okay. It does the part. There's some things that I'm not too fond of in base mode. I mean, just like this is fine. You know, the design of these cannons, I wish they chose a different design than this hinge that just goes like this. I would have preferred if it actually pegged in. The ramps, they're there. It looks the part. I'm just not a fan of this part of the design where this clips in here. It does, on my copy at least, it doesn't secure or lock in place that well. So once you get that in there and then you put the figure down, it tends to disconnect and dislodge, as you can see here. It's not exactly required. The pegs on here, I just think they're too short, in my opinion. I mean, they just barely make it, but it pops off way too easily. I mean, there's these other pegs on the side. You can, I guess that it doesn't fit there, does it? I guess you could, yeah. But you can see as I press this down, this part dislodges. Really, the base mode is not my favorite out of the bunch. I mean, if you're just going to display things, it works. But I just wish that things stuck together better or locked in better. Like I said, that hinge design here in the back, not a fan of. Other than that, I mean, it does look the part, and it does fit as his base mode for Powermaster Optimus Prime. Here is Grand Raijin in his robot mode, and as you can see, he is a very large figure as he doesn't really fit in my light box. He stands roughly about 14.5 inches tall to the head. So very large figure, big and bulky all around. Now, as you can see, there's no cab section, but they do include this cardboard piece of paper as filler for him, and I gotta be honest, it's I guess it's there, but let me put it in. You do have to tape it. I'm not going to tape this. It's not something. I'm just going to show you how it kind of looks like in here. It tabs onto the back here like so, and then you can bring this around, and yeah, it's, I guess it's supposed to go up higher like this. Mine is a little warped, but yeah, there's the cardboard filler for him until the actual inner robot comes. But other than that, I mean, he looks the part of Powermaster Optimus Prime from the comic. The arms are molded in red, but it does have some paint apps. But you can see over here, I don't know if you can catch that, but it's kind of scraping. Seems to be a thin paint because there's not consistency in the finish. Like this one is as if, I don't know if they painted this part or it's just a light spray. But this one is much thicker, very sturdy. But the knee joints are not as strong as I'd like them to be. Like if you tip him over just a little bit, he just collapses like so. I mean, he can hold his pose, but I think the knee joints should be a little bit stronger. The bottom here is made out of metal. Now, they made his feet look like the comic and cartoon. I wish they kind of made this come out a little bit more. This is probably the only part of Powermaster Optimus Prime that I really don't like the look of. Articulation-wise, the figure is well articulated. The head can rotate back and forth, look up and down. It can't go all the way around because of this piece here. The arm has nice ratchets. It can rotate 360, lift up at the shoulder this much. It can rotate at the bicep and at the lower part of the elbow. So 2 points there. You can bend at the elbow at 2 points. You can rock at the waist. You can also go forward like so and rotate. I'm going to remove this piece of cardboard. It gets in the way, but the top can rotate 360. If you lift up the side flap, you can move this much, kind of do the splits. It's a very tight ratchet. You can rotate at the thigh. You can kick this far up. You can bend this much. He has a butt flap and can move this far back. Yeah, you can see my copy, this part, when you start manipulating him, it tends to dislodge. And I guess you can say he has ankle tilt. But yeah, manipulating this figure is going to get things, dislodged, unfortunately. I wish they were locked in a lot better. But, I mean, you can pose him, but prepare to put them back together when things get dislodged or snaps or unhooks. Now, he does have these extra parts. So this one for the shoulder, and you have this piece as well to replace it. Just so if you wanted to give him a cartoon or comic look, you can do that. I think this is a comic look, so I'm gonna leave this one. He also has these panels for the shoulders that you can stick on like so. Oops. But I'm gonna leave them off because I prefer it open so I can put the Autobot symbol on. He does also have these panels for this part of the arm. Oh, wait, let's see. I got the opposite one. Here we go. Now, when you put these in, they are very tight, and you need a spudger to get them off. So I'm not going to put these in. To be honest, I don't really care for them anyway. So I'm just going to leave them as is. Now, his weapons can attach to him, and I'm not fond of this design. I'd rather have it just peg in. Like there's a peg here, but I'd rather just have it peg in normally, like so. I mean, now I'm not fond of this design. I'd rather have it just peg in, or have a port here that it can go in and just rotate freely. But you have to plug it in here, and there's a little hole here that you can leave it or align it so that it doesn't move. Let's get the other side done. Again, I'm not a fan of this type of design, but it's what it is. If you flip out this part, the handle comes out and you can notch it into the hand. Now, the way the hand's designed, though, is when you notch it in, and then once you close the hand, when you close it here, it dislodges it. So you have to close it here. Otherwise, it's gonna pop off easily. I wish the guns were held in tighter, but I have a feeling it dislodges easily because of the way the fingers bend. So I'm just gonna bend the fingers a bit more here and then close the fingers afterwards. But here he is, fully armed with no chest. Now, if you have a 3D printer, I'll put a link to this file in the description below. I can't remember the user who made it, but it's on Cults 3D, and I'll put a link to his page where he has that file. You can download and print it. It's not free, so you do gotta pay for it, but you can 3D print a chest in the meantime. And this one actually fits pretty well. Let me put it in here. There you go. Yeah, the gun just falls off. But here is a 3D printed chest piece for Grand Raijin. I don't know. It's a filler piece. It works for now. I'm gonna display them like this until the actual small robot arrives. But there you can see how it looks like with it. I'm gonna take the camera up. Color doesn't match perfectly, but I guess it's good enough until the proper cab comes in. So my final thoughts on KFC Grand Raijin. Overall, I think he's okay. He looks great in robot mode, looks great in vehicle mode. Base mode is probably the weakest, just because some areas where they clip the leg, and it's just the execution, it's not stable, in my opinion. The robot mode had some issues. At first I thought this was very loose and kept popping out, but I realized I didn't snap it all the way in. Now when I snapped it, it's a really loud snap, but it does lock in place. Now getting it out again is very hard, but it does come out. So, you know, I just wish maybe the tolerances were a lot better, that it didn't feel like I was breaking it when transforming it. The hands, I mean, you can see here it's holding the guns well, but it's hard to manipulate this figure and pose it without it just popping off, because it doesn't stick in as well as I'd like it to be. Other than that, I'm not a fan of this bar here, and I wish this snapped in, like if they put some pegs here where this panel just holds in place regardless of this piece. That would have been huge in making me like this figure a lot more. Yeah, it's not, you know, I think for me, I like it a lot more because this is my favorite version of Optimus Prime, and he looks the part from the comics. Other than that, you know, it's hard. You have the fans hobby as an option, but it's very stylized. So this one visually hits all the notes for me, but the execution in transformation, it's not fun. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with this figure. But anyway, that is it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and thanks for watching.